Steelers fans, something unbelievable has happened in Pittsburgh. Dissatisfaction with the team has reached a level that no one expected, and one fan decided to take a radical action to make his message very clear. This has reignited a debate that is raging within the franchise, involving the board of directors, the coach, and even the future of the team. And it doesn't stop there. The Steelers owner himself has made statements that could indicate important changes for the next season. Are we about to see a turnaround in the team? You can't miss any detail of this story. So leave a like and let's go to the video. Steelers fans are not holding back after watching their team collapse down the stretch, ending the 2024 season on a brutal 5-game skid capped off by a wild-card beatdown from the Ravens. And one particularly fed-up fan decided to put his frustration on full display, literally. Kevin Adams took matters into his own hands, shelling out cash for a billboard near the Boulevard of the Allies with a not-so-subtle message. The standard is mediocrity. Trade Tomlin or sell the team, Rooney. We've had enough. Now, does Adams actually think this will force the Steelers brass to hit the panic button? Not really. He even admitted as much on X, saying, "You don't have to, like me, or the way I choose to celebrate the Steelers, but I'll always stand on what I believe in, and I put my money where my mouth is. Will change happen because of this? No. But it won't stop me from letting our voices be heard." This kind of public protest isn't new in Pittsburgh. Just a few months ago, billboards popped up demanding that Pirates owner Bob Nutting sell the team amid their never-ending rebuild. But while fans are understandably frustrated with the Steelers' own struggles, especially their 8-year playoff win drought, this situation isn't exactly the same. The Pirates? They haven't won a World Series since 1979 and have only had 4 winning seasons since 1993. The Steelers? They haven't had a losing season once in Mike Tomlin's 18-year tenure. They've made the playoffs 15 times and hoisted the Lombardi Trophy twice this century. That's not to say changes aren't necessary. The standard in Pittsburgh is sky high, for a reason, and after another season that ended with a whimper, fans have every right to demand better. But calling the team mediocre might be a stretch. Are they struggling to get over the hump? Absolutely. But they're still one of the most stable and successful franchises in all of sports. Now tell me, was this an exaggeration or a cry for help from the fans? Comment below. But hold on tight, because this controversy didn't stop there. Even Art Rooney too got involved in the issue, and what he said could change everything. Steelers. Fans are some of the most die-hard, loyal supporters in all of sports. They travel deep for away games, they flood opposing stadiums with waves of black and gold, and they pack Acrisure Stadium, formerly Heinz Field, no matter what. But even in a city that breathes football, frustration has been brewing for years. Owner Art Rooney II has voiced his disappointment over the team's lack of playoff success, but fans are starting to feel like his words don't match his actions. And while Mike Tomlin's streak of 18 straight seasons without a losing record is undeniably impressive, his postseason struggles are impossible to ignore. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and the same issues keep popping up. Stubborn coaching decisions, lack of adjustments, and a team that just can't get over the hump. For many fans, it's starting to feel like a broken record. That's why Kevin Adams, a diehard Steelers supporter and founder of the terrible tailgate, decided to take matters into his own hands. He spent a hefty chunk of cash on a billboard along Pittsburgh's Boulevard of the Allies with a message aimed directly at Rooney and the organization. Enough is enough. "We've spent years being told changes would come," Adams told Steeler Nation, "and year after year no changes are made. Not to the staff, not to the approach, and certainly not to the results." This wasn't just some heat-of-the-moment reaction. Adams has been stewing on this for a long time, watching the same issues plague the Steelers every season, and at the center of it all, in his eyes, is Tomlin. It's been almost a decade without a postseason win, and the only constant in the entire equation has been Mike Tomlin, Adams said. Hall of Fame head coach, but the message has gone stale. They are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mediocrity is not good enough. For many other franchises it would be, but not in Pittsburgh. It's time to try something new. And that's really the heart of the argument. Tomlin has been a great coach. His longevity, his leadership, and his ability to keep this team competitive are undeniable. But in Pittsburgh, success isn't measured by regular season wins. It's measured by championships. And for a franchise with 6 Super Bowls in its history, this recent stretch just isn't cutting it. National media loves to paint Steelers fans as spoiled, as if they don't appreciate what they have. But the reality? This team should be held to a higher standard. They've had talented rosters, yet year after year, they fall apart in the biggest moments. Even Tomlin's most loyal supporters are running out of ways to defend the constant early playoff exits. That's why Adams felt this billboard was necessary, to send a message that Steelers fans aren't okay with settling. Because while other franchises might be content with making the playoffs and calling it a good year, Pittsburgh isn't built that way. The standard is championships. And until the Steelers start playing like a team that can win another one, fans like Adams aren't going to stay silent. The Steelers are a great team, and their fans won't accept anything less than excellence. The problem is that year after year, the same mistakes are repeated and nothing changes. How long will this last? If the team continues to ignore the pressure, expect even more protests. And if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the Steelers, subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss any news.